Hey everyone, and thanks for joining us again on ECCS Live. We have a great set of announcements and a fun little skit, right? We have a few things to go over, including some of the events that we've participated in this week, some of the upcoming announcements that everyone should know about, and going over some of the rules that we kind of have here at ECCS as a reinforcement. So let's just jump right into it. So last week, we were present at the Philadelphia High School Expo, right?
Yep.
You were there, I was there, Mrs. Moore, Mr. Jaimes, and Ms. Carranza were all present as well. And at this event, essentially what it is, it's a giant room down in Drexel University, right?
Right.
And almost every high school in Philadelphia is present.
Right.
Okay? And everyone has boards and displays and all this different type of stuff. And we had about 7,000 students from around Philly show up.
Right.
That's a lot of students. That's a lot of people.
Students and parents.
Yeah, students and parents, all looking for either schools for this year or students who are graduating 8th grade and looking for possible high schools for next year. ECCS was there. We were able to communicate with a bunch of different people, right? We were able to communicate with parents and guidance counselors and students. We had a great time. It was a lot of fun for us. And we hope to have students out there next year, maybe running around with the little unis on, right? Saying we love cyber school, right?
Yeah. The one thing I could say is that we were able to break a lot of stereotypes about cyber. A lot of the people had like this just this notion of what cyber school was, and by just by talking to them, we were able to break down a lot of negative stuff, and and tell them about the positives that cyber has.
Absolutely. So remember, you are all part of this too, right? We're all part of the cyber community together. So make sure you start breaking down some of those barriers as well, right? Some people really don't know what cyber school is. Maybe they just need to be educated. So make sure you're just sharing with them your experience here at ECCS.
Yep.
Moving right along, though, we also have a new update on uniforms, right? So we've been waiting a long time for these, uniforms.
Right. So, as many of the students know, we started selling our uniforms last week. We're limiting uniforms to one uniform one polo per student until we get our new shipment in. The prices range from $15 for short sleeve and $20 for long sleeve. And we have all types of sizes, so don't worry about it. And that's for students who come to the center. Again, if you don't come to the center, please don't feel obligated to get a uniform. You can still come to the center, but you will have to make an appointment, and it's usually after the general study time. So you don't have to come in a uniform if you have an appointment with, let's say, a Mr. Bleckner, Mr. Kluza, someone like that. After the general study time, you don't need a uniform. The deadline, though, for that a student must have, we're giving you guys some time to buy the uniform, and giving you some leeway, because I know money sometimes can be tight. So the deadline is November 17th, 2014. So that's a Monday. All students who come into the center should be wearing a uniform. If not, you'll be turned away. And one more thing. Students, last week we started doing IDs. So if you haven't gotten an ID, please email me or let me know, call the center, and we can arrange for a time for you to get your ID made. Okay, and that's about it. Oh, and just to let you know, also with that ID, if you do not come into the center, if you forget your ID, you have to go get it back, or we ask for a $1 donation for a field trip.
I like that idea.
If you forget the ID,
you have to remember IDs are very, very important. Unless people know, your uniform is also one indicator when you're here in this building, but it's also an indicator for people when you're out on the street. So a lot of our students come in at 8:00 and leave at 12. So when you're out on the street, we don't want you to get stopped by either truancy police or school police, or even Philadelphia police, or anywhere you're at, and saying, hey, you're not in school. So, always have your ID to show that you're in a cyber school and that you come to the start.
Yeah, and then these are like high tech. We scan them. We spend a lot of money on that system. If you lose your ID, it's cost $5 to replace.
Okay, so don't lose your ID.
So don't lose your ID. Just keep it on you. And you shouldn't have any problems. Yeah, I recommend just keeping it in your book bag. So it's always on you. You're not going to forget your laptop. So if you keep it with something that you're not going to forget, you should be good to go. Now, if you forget your laptop, you got some other issues. You got some other issues.
Story.
All right.
Moving right along.
Let's move along to. I want to talk about some of the center rules. I apologize for people who don't come to the center, but there's a couple of issues. My job, part of my job here is what?
Discipline and keeping
Discipline.
the center down, right?
You know, laying down the hammer.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean?
That's right.
Laying down the law. So there's two big issues that we've seen with the center.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure, once the uniforms, come in effect,
might
we'll have
another
3
issue.
issues. I'll make another video. But for our first issue is hanging out in front of the building when you leave. What we ask for students who leave the center, if you leave the center earlier during those study hours, like 9, 10 o'clock, we ask that, I know a lot of you guys wait for rides, but it's not a place to hang out. So we ask that if you're going to just hang out, you got to do it somewhere else. You can't do it in the front. You kind of have to clear that area. I know some of you guys might wait for a ride, so I recommend staying into the center until that ride is in the front of the building, just so you could do more work.
Absolutely. I mean, don't waste time, right? If you have all the time to work, wait until the person's right outside, and then you head out.
Yeah. So then our biggest issue, I would say,
It's
I got something right here.
Yeah.
Oh. Ha! So this is my pet peeve right here, the cell phone. Okay. Now, Mr. Rosado, what is the rule when it comes to cell phones?
No cell phones are allowed out in the center during the study times.
Correct. So the issue I have is that we've had to kick some people out because they want to pull out the cell phone. They just can't control it. So
It's an addiction.
It is an addiction. It's that
candy crush.
And the thing is, it hurts us to do it. We don't want to kick students out for this. But the fact of the matter is, we're trying to show you discipline, and the cell phone is a distraction when it comes to doing your work. You see, like he's not even listening. But you know what?
Did you say something?
Yeah. Get out of here. So with this, I think we should just give a couple examples of violators, what maybe some violators do, and the consequences. Okay, and
absolutely.
How good we are at finding it. I'm a pro. So my rule of thumb is, hey, if you're gonna put your phone out in the center, be prepared to go home.
Absolutely.
Okay, so it's not, if you get sent home, it's not Mr. Strada's fault. It's not Mr. Rosado's fault. It's none of the teachers in the center's fault. It's your fault because you got caught, right? You said, hey, I need to bring my phone out, and I'm gonna get caught. So that's your fault, okay? But let's roll to the tape and see.
Let's check it out.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Stay tuned.
Cell phones. Although very useful for contacting others, and entertaining for social media and games, they can be sometimes a distraction when trying to be very productive. So, here at ECCS, we ask that all students put their phones away. This will prevent them from being distracted while trying to accomplish their homeworks. Amanda knows that she's not allowed to have her phone out in the center, so before she even scans in, she makes sure that the phone is out of sight. And now, she's ready to have a productive day of learning. Francesca knows that her phone can sometimes be a distraction for her while she's at the center. So, she's going to take the steps to remove that distraction. She's going to ask Mr. Estrada to hold on to her phone while she's here at the center. As you can see, young Erica likes to try to sneak her phone while here at the center. This, unfortunately, is breaking the rules, and doesn't work out so well for Erica in the end. Mr. Estrada doesn't like it when students are on their phone at the center, and unfortunately, he's going to have to ask Erica to leave the center because she's not doing her work. As you can see, Erica's now unfortunately going to have to leave the center and take the long walk to the front door. Mr. Estrada said, no cell phones while at the center. The ECCS staff is dedicated to ensuring that all students are working and being very productive in their cyber environment. Therefore, If you choose to use your cell phone in the center, keep in mind that ECCS staff is watching, and they will ask you to leave the center if you're not being productive.
That was a swell video. Do you think I got my point across?
I hope so. We hit all the points.
Yeah. I've made a video.
That's true.
I've posted signs around the center.
That's true as well.
And I've told people.
Now, the one thing to always remember, though, is that even though you can't have your cell phone in the center, when you're doing your work, you shouldn't be on your phone either.
Right.
Because, even if you're at home, the cell phone is still a distraction for you.
Right. So, for students who are in Lancaster, Reading, wherever, Allentown,
Pittsburgh,
if you got your phone out right next to you, you're going to be distracted.
Absolutely.
That's
110%.
I get distracted when I'm trying to do work. So sometimes I have to put my phone in another room, what have you. I recommend that for students who are at home, it's really good. It's really good if you have someone there with you that you just say, hey, while I'm doing my work, can you hold on to my phone?
Absolutely.
And I will even extend that offer to the center. So for students who know that it's just too much of a temptation and they don't want to get sent home, they can give me their phone, and I'll keep it I'll keep it locked in my office, and they don't have to worry about getting caught. They don't have to worry about the distraction, and we'll hopefully they do what they got to do.
No, that's a great idea. Definitely.
We'll work with you.
Yeah, if you're at home, remember, just because you're at home and you're kind of working on a flexible schedule, doesn't mean that you should be distracted by your phone. Right. Make sure you put them away, put them to the side for a little bit, and just stay focused on the work. Okay? So, that being said, we do encourage you to use your phone to follow us on the different social medias, right? So, we definitely have esperanzacyber.org.
.org.
That's our website. You can find links to blended schools and Grad Point. Power School.
Go ahead.
Achieve 3000. And information about all the staff as well. So you can find everyone's emails up there as well.
Yep.
You can also find us. What are you doing?
I'm using the word "yup" a lot today.
Okay, well, all right.
I can't use it. It's a free country.
All right. Freedom of speech.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway, so we also have a Facebook, right?
Facebook.
You can follow us on Facebook or like our page on Facebook at Esperanza Cyber School. You can also follow us on Twitter at Esperanza Cyber 1.
Let's do it again. We gotta do it again. I'm sorry.
So follow us on Twitter at Esperanza Cyber 1 or on Instagram at Esperanza_cyber. So make sure you're.
And you can also check our YouTube videos out
at Esperanza Cyber School.
Okay. Yep. At the channel, and just subscribe to the channel. So whenever you go on YouTube, though our videos will show up on your main page.
Very cool.
So you won't miss all the fun stuff that we got going on.
We still have all of our different little promotions and contests going on, right? So we're still looking. You say it. You want to talk about the band?
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We're still looking for a name for our band.
Yep.
The keyboards.
Keyboards. I don't know. I think the keyboards have been getting some love.
The technotones.
What was the other one? ECB, Esperanza Cyber Band. That's pretty.
Eccs.
I can't think of any more.
Oh no?
I would like
8 bits don't make a right.
No, 8 bits don't make a right. It's a horrible name.
The Acers.
The Acers. Nah.
Get it? Because it could be like an ace.
The updates. The update.
The
Tell me how.
updates.
All right, let's just take a little side note.
Oh, wait,
Don't you?
Is the band gonna shut down?
Yeah. Don't you hate when you're doing work? And this even happens to me when you're doing work and you don't even know. You're really in tune. You're doing your stuff, and all of a sudden your computer just shuts down for an update. That really grinds my gears.
You know what? Let me tell you why. All
That
the
really grinds
computers-
my gears.
All the computers are set up to update on Sunday evening.
Right.
Okay. So a good idea for all students, right, and staff, if staff are having the same issue, right, to leave the computer on overnight on Sunday. The computer will automatically update itself. It'll do the restart and install all the necessary updates. So that should solve that issue.
Yeah, no, but sometimes you forget. Sometimes you forget, and you're in the middle of a
That's
good.
true, that's true.
You're watching ECCS live. You're watching us.
That's right.
And all of a sudden it goes. Whoop. It doesn't make that noise, but that's the way.
That's how I feel.
That's how I feel.
Updates.
Feel like my life shut down.
Anyway, so we're still looking for a name for the ECCS band. Make sure you're hitting us up on Twitter or Facebook. Hashtag ECCS band. And also, when you're watching the ECCS live videos, make sure you're taking a selfie, showing us.
I haven't seen that one selfie yet.
Not yet. Besides mine. Besides our
no,
own,
yeah,
right?
our selfies.
Our
I mean,
selfies.
that's totally fine with me because
This guy right here.
you know, right there. You see that?
Oh, put those caterpillars away, buddy.
Oh wow. Why you gotta come in my eyebrows? That's a low.
I
That's
must
a low
ask
blow.
you a question.
Oh, this guy's a comedian over
Anyway,
here. We got Jerry Seinfeld.
Take a selfie with hashtag ECCS live.
Yep.
And I think that's all for today.
Yep.
Catch us next week on our next segment. All right. So we'll see you next week. Have a good time.